going to do my journal one for week one entry for this class. Our first question was to describe the 7 dimensions of wellness. Our 7 dimensions of wellness are your spiritual, which is your overall, that gives you the direction for how you're going to live your life, gives you guidance. I think that's the number one. Your physical, which is your lifestyle habits. You have your emotional, which is your way of coping and dealing with things, stressors, positive, negative things. You have your intellectual, which I think is about what you learn and how you apply what you learn towards your life. It doesn't have to necessarily be with wellness. It can be with everything, but it is part of the wellness dimension. You also have your occupational, which is basically balancing your work, your physical, your playtime, your leisure time with everyone else. Environmental is where you live at and how that does affect and is part of your lifestyle. And your social, which is your ability to get out and mate and meet people and deal with friends and have some time away from stress. Another question that we have is, what did you learn from the assessment that surprised you? What surprised me most was about the physical. That was one of my lowest scores. And I thought, like I said, with me working out 5 to 6 days a week for at least, 1.5 to 2 hours each session, I thought I would be pretty good with that one. But with that one, I know I got low, and part of those questions were sleep. I don't get enough sleep in a day, maybe about 4 or 5 hours of sleep, and I think that's pretty bad, but it's something that I know I can't curtail. That's why I think they make concealer and they make 5-hour energy. They made that for me for sure. What are my 3 weekends dimensions of wellness? My 3 weekends were the physical, which I got 76, which I kind of explained why. The social, which I got a 76. I know with social, I'm not a social person. I'll deal with a person to deal with them because maybe I have to. And it's not in a bad way, I think. I like being alone. I like dealing with myself alone. I like to spend quiet time reading, and I know my mom sometimes will say she wonders how I got married because I like to be alone. When my husband first met me, I would eat my lunches in the bathroom, and it's because I just did not like being around people because people are not nice, and they'll show you their most negative side before they'll show their positive side. One of my other lowest was emotional. I'm not a crybaby, number one. Number two, I do have compassion for others, but I know with being a woman, sometimes it kind of, the hormones get in the way. But that by any means does not say that I'm emotional because I'm a woman. No. How do some of my lifestyle factors lead to these weaknesses? Like I said, one, I don't have a lot of friends. Typically, I have some close associates, but they're all male. With women, they're just drama. Don't want to deal with that, so I'd rather just be by myself or just deal with my girl because I have 3 girls, and trust me, there is more than enough drama involved in that. And also with that social aspect, my husband he'll go out and hang out with friends or want to do things like that. And for me, if it's not a restaurant on my approved list, meaning if I can't go eat that food and work it off and it's not a cheat day, I'm not going to go. What are my 3 strongest dimensions? My 3 strongest, I'm proud of this one. Alcohol, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I used to drink when I was a sailor in the Navy. Did enough of that in my 19s and my 20 years of age, so gotten over that. Occupational, I do love my job. I love being a nurse. I love being able to help someone who needs help. And not to say they have to be at their lowest, but you have to be compassionate about it. And nutritional, I think, like I said, I do think about what I put in my mouth. I used to be over 200 pounds. I'm not trying to be that way anymore. Which of my lifestyle factors led to these strengths? I think part of that was that with me being overweight and I wanted to change that, I started looking at what I'm eating, what am I doing, what am I not doing with my spiritual, with my job that was stressful, with my nutrition. I started looking at all of that, and after getting 2 different types of personal trainers, I decided, let me just go ahead and get more of this on so I can kind of really get involved in it. And after that, my whole lifestyle changed. And after my lifestyle changed, my family's lifestyle changed. What have I learned? What wellness is? Wellness is everything you do and everything you don't do that's pertaining to living, period. Can I think of one way that I can improve on one of my weaknesses? Like I said, with the social ability, I'm going to try to improve on that. With being a mom, my kids want play dates and want me to cook things, and I just think of other children, and it's a bad thing as used cars. Like my dad used to say, you don't want to get a used car because that's someone else's problem. I just don't want to deal with that at times. But I know that with me being a busy person and being a mom, I have to kind of change that. I'm working on it. But anyway, thanks. This was really interesting, and it really helped open up my eyes to a lot of things about myself. So more to come.